Look who's back from her vacation.
Hey.
Look who's ready to actually do her job and be a podcaster.
I'm ready to clock in.
To this 9 to 5, you guys have no clue how
Yeah,
much work it takes to film and talk for an hour
it really
once
takes
a
a
week.
lot.
How was that vacation though?
It was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good. Some exciting news happened while I was on that little vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Celebrity number 6 has been found.
Oh, you're jumping straight into this. I thought you wanted to talk about your vacation.
Oh,
I thought you wanted to like say, "Oh, I did this and I did that."
I mean, I just went to Disney. Another day for me, I guess.
So privileged to just say I went to Disney for like what, the 200th time after being a cast member.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Plus, native Floridian, what can I say?
yeah.
I'm in
What, like
Mickey's
an?
backyard.
You're like, well, it's like an hour commute or something, is it not?
2 with traffic. I'm like in Mickey's
Oh,
basement.
I mean, all of Florida is a basement. That's the biggest
Yeah.
joke I've heard about the states. No offense.
It's very musty and humid.
Ugh. Welcome to the Jungle Hour, though.
Welcome.
As Lynn stated
Oh my goodness.
prematurely, celebrity number 6, that whole talking point is essentially X-Nade for us, which was absolutely soul-crushing to find out.
I'm devastated.
Lynn, who's celebrity number 6?
Celebrity number 6 has been announced, and it is Leticia Sarda. She is a model from Spain, I believe, and she was able to be tracked down, and she has confirmed, and the photographer of the shoot has confirmed that it is her. So,
She herself also confirmed it on her social
yes,
media.
that
It's
is awesome.
it's crazy. It was, I think, 5 days after we uploaded that episode, it was made public that
We
they know
found
who she is.
Yeah, and I was so excited because I thought this was going to be something that I update every few episodes, like, oh, we found a new lead, we found a new lead. Well,
Mm-hmm.
about that. But
We
anyways,
have her.
we're glad that you guys spent a whole episode on a journey with us.
Woo!
Maybe we'll find another internet mystery we can help solve or
I
report
hope
on.
so. The internet is quite massive, so there's got to be the another celeb number 6. Maybe there's a celeb number 7 out there.
Yeah, who knows? Someone should make a new pattern and like put a really obscure person on there, and then we all
Mm-hmm.
have to hunt down who is
Oh, I like
this?
that. I like that. Do
Me
another
too.
mystery.
Celebrity question mark. Who is
Mm-hmm.
celebrity question mark?
Mm-hmm. What a fun little subreddit. But for
Really is.
today we obviously can't focus on that subreddit anymore.
Mm-mm.
Today we'll be focusing on some stories. We're gonna actually not we. Lynn did a deep
Me.
dive into the world of Am I the Asshole stories. She has curated what, 5 to 7 stories, something like that.
Um, I have 4 for today, but
Mm-hmm.
some of them are very long, so
Oh,
we'll have
okay.
to jump into them.
Hopefully not too long, because we don't want to make this just the yapping story time. We want to discuss, are they
Yeah,
the asshole?
we're gonna discuss. That's one thing I'm so excited for this episode. I love to judge.
Because
I love.
we are a great character of judge. Let us just say that.
Yes,
Len,
absolutely.
Len, I should have done this before we started hitting
What?
record. You got to angle your camera down. You're a little short. Nope. Oh, there we go. There. See, now we're equal height.
Oh, epic. Now
I think
this?
I don't know if I said this. That was criticism one of my buddies gave me in uni. He said, I can see immediately one of you guys is taller than the other. You got to fix your camera angles.
Oh man,
And I don't think Lynn has her fan going, so we
I
should be good on
don't.
that front.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. So I
Well,
think the way that we're going to do this is we're going to go just based in order of what Lynn finds the most interesting or thought would be the most exciting to talk about for this episode.
yeah.
I think what would be best is, Lynn, you're going to say the title, the subject head,
Yes.
where I'm going to just say based off the heading what I think is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Read the story, and then after the fact we'll see, like, no, they're the asshole, they're not the asshole.
Yeah.
And I think what normally there's a top comment that says like what they are, if they are or aren't the asshole, and then a justification.
Mm-hmm.
So then we can see compared to what we said, are we a good judge of character?
Yeah. Or if, just in case, there isn't like that top comment, we'll scroll down for a few comments, read them, and their
Mm-hmm.
justifications and majority rules there. So,
That's a good plan. Yeah.
yeah.
So Lynn, why don't you take us to the first of the Am I the Asshole stories?
All right. So, this one off the bat, crazy title here. Am I the asshole for leaving my party for beating cancer?
She left her own party? Is that what she's trying to say?
Yeah, he left his own party that was thrown by his family for beating cancer.
Oh shit.
See, I've
Okay,
already read this one, so I can't give an answer.
exactly. I want to say from that,
Hmm.
no, because I'm gonna assume somebody did something to like steal their moment. Like someone either proposed, announced a
Oh,
pregnancy, announced that they have cancer or beat cancer,
yeah,
or they made jokes about them having cancer for some reason.
right. Those
Okay,
are
so why
pretty.
don't you? Oh, sorry, continue.
I was gonna say those are pretty good guesses there.
Mm-hmm. All right, so why don't we hear this whole story?
All right. I, 35 male, am a very private person. I have no social media, don't want my wife, 32 female, posting photos of me, although I don't tell her not to, just don't ask her to post me. Celebrating Father's Day or my birthday, I don't like attention on me and prefer to keep things low key whenever I can. So, off the bat, someone who does
Mm-hmm.
not like the center of attention.
Is
So,
that an everything fathers thing? Because my dad also is not the biggest on take a photo of me. He's more the guy who's taking the photos.
yeah, I think that's like a dad thing or
I
like
wonder
a guy
why.
thing. I don't know.
Some guys.
Most guys.
You gotta see some of the parties my friends throw
Yeah.
for school for engineering. They see a camera, they will do something fun.
Oh my gosh, I love
I have
that.
some fun photos. I'm not showing it on the podcast, but oh my, I have some good photos from party last week.
He has some good ones. I've seen them. They're pretty good. All right. So, keeping that in mind, I was diagnosed with an extremely curable type of skin cancer. It was caught very early on, and I never felt scared for my life in any way, shape, or form. I'm an engineer, and I think analytically. That's why I chose this
He's an
one. You're
engineer, guys. He's an
an
engineer.
engineer. And wasn't scared with a diagnosis with a 0.03 fatality rate. Still, I told my wife, of course, and she was terrified. We talked through it and told her that my doctor was very optimistic and said we have caught it early on, etc. None of it seemed to help, but I tried. After a while, I told her that we shouldn't tell our kids, 5 and 7 females. My wife wanted to tell them, but I was adamant about that. I'm not even sure they would understand what we're talking about. Reluctantly, she agreed not to. All right, this is where it gets really juicy here.
That also makes sense. Like if he said there's a low fatality rate, they caught it early on, they are very young. This
Yeah.
isn't something you want to tell your kids because especially at that age and nowadays with technology, I
Hmm.
feel like classmates, social media, all these things, they're
Yeah.
going to start reading things and start being like, Dr. Google says this, so my dad's in trouble, and then they're going to get scared and they're going to get anxious at a young age. Like it's just not worth it for them.
Yeah.
So that's good that they said like, don't say anything.
I definitely agree. And I mean, with the age that they are at the moment, I think they would be okay from staying away from Dr. Google, but definitely the
Hmm.
7-year-old, that's a possibility.
What is seven? That's like grade one or something like that.
It's like
Grade
second
two.
grade, second grade.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is in Canada, but
I also gotta say and be a little ignorant. What exactly is skin cancer? Is it like one part of your body gets cancer and like
yeah.
those cells could spread, or is it kind of like there's a chance of your whole body just having skin cancer?
So it's like a spot. Like for me,
Okay.
it runs in my family, so I okay, not the trauma dump, but for me it runs in my family, so I have to go to the dermatologist every year and get like a full body check to make sure I'm
Mm.
okay. but it's like if there's like any suspicious moles or spots or like freckles, um, there's like a acronym. I can't remember what it is, but it's basically an acronym for skin cancer, and if it like falls into either one or multiple categories for that, it's a little sus. You got to get
Oh,
it checked out.
it looks like the acronym is literally ABCDE rule, and it's
Yes.
the acronym stands for asymmetrical,
Mhm.
border, color. Holy shit, I cannot talk. Asymmetrical, border, color, diameter. There's also one with an E, and the E stands for evolving.
Yeah,
So
so
I
if it
guess so that's
grows.
moles. So if it's asymmetrical, the spot has an irregular, sculpted, or poorly defined border, so it's like oddly shaped.
Mhm.
The color changes. The diameter is greater than 6 millimeters, and E is if it gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Wow. I
And
have
then
moles, and I remember my friends would be like, "That doesn't look right." I'm like, "It is circular and has never changed shape. There is
yeah,
nothing to fear."
don't fear. But no, it's definitely crazy and it can spread. The cells can spread. So, definitely something to
Mhm.
keep an eye on. But let's go ahead and dive back
Yeah.
in.
Let's go back.
All right. About a week later, I get a call from my dad asking about my cancer. Turns out my wife posted on Facebook about my cancer that
Oh.
morning. I called her and wasn't happy that she posted my business and his behind the "you didn't say I couldn't post it just not to tell the kids" excuse. There is no way she would think I wanted that posted online no matter what I said. So she took it down and time went by. That is
Okay. That's
no.
so stupid as well.
Yeah. It's like that's your private business. Why are you telling everyone your
Mhm.
business or your husband's business on Facebook?
Exactly. Like it would have made sense if she said something like, I don't know, "Oh, I called, your father and your mother just to
Right.
let them know cuz we were on the phone and it kind of slipped out, so I'm sorry." But no, I posted it on Facebook. That's moronic.
There are
I
no
can't.
words. It gets a little bit more
I,
intense.
35M, am married to a Facebook wife, 32F. Sorry, continue.
All right. Very quickly, I was in remission with my skin cancer, and my doctor told me, word for word, "We don't like to say you're cured, but you're cured." I
Hmm.
told my wife, and she was ecstatic. She told me she was worried all this time, I could tell, and glad we put this all behind us. I thought we could put this all behind us too.
Dot, dot, dot.
Dot. This weekend, I'm coming home on Friday. I see a lot of cars parked on the street, some in my driveway. I couldn't think of any birthdays or anniversaries I missed, but went in anyways. It was a party for my remission diagnosis. I was mortified at this. She's never done anything like this, and we've talked about how I would hate a surprise party multiple times.
Oh
I asked
no.
what this is for, and she said, "I'm sorry, but I didn't know you planned this. I'm just, oh, I misread it. Oh, sorry. This is what the mail said. The OP of the story. "I'm sorry, but I didn't know you planned this. I'm just coming back for some files and heading back to work." It was a lie. I gathered up some meaningless files in my office, said thanks to everyone for coming, and left to go back to my office, messing around
Whoa.
on my phone until everyone left. That is crazy.
Oh my.
My wife knew I was lying, and we fought that night, and I told her I don't know what's gotten into her, but she knows I would never want this, and she doesn't get to make a big deal out of something personal I never wanted to be public in the first place. Amen. We've been cold this whole week, and my brother said I'm the asshole since I told him I just pretended to go to work. So am I the asshole for not wanting to celebrate beating my cancer?
Shit.
Not the asshole.
Posted on Facebook. Is very clear that they don't like surprise parties.
Yep.
Is kind of blindsided at the same time of like, you have to do this.
A very
And then
personal matter.
what was it? His brother
Yeah, his brother called him the asshole because
said,
he
"I'm the asshole."
pretended to go to work.
And now family is saying you're being rude about beating cancer.
Basically,
Wow.
because he ditched the surprise party that he didn't even want planned for him with the information he didn't even want shared.
In no way could this guy be called the asshole.
Yeah, 100%. Let's
You
go ahead.
you if you read just the title and you didn't do like thinking about, well, what would be reasons to leave, you would say, yeah, you're an asshole for leaving your own party. You beat cancer, you should be grateful. Because
Yeah,
also he got very lucky getting, I mean, no one's lucky having cancer, but he got very fortunate that he had skin cancer that was so treatable that he was able to get very quickly word of, you're cured, but we can't confirm you're cured because
right.
cancer. But no, you read that story, you are 100% guilt free.
Yeah,
So Lynn, what is
on
the
his
verdict?
side. So, from the top comment here, the explanation from the original poster as to why they think they might be the asshole is because they left the party on a lie, and didn't want to celebrate anything, and they said they could have just stayed at the party to make my wife happy and be polite to my family and friends. But going down to the comments here, first comment says, not the asshole. Your wife completely disregarded your feelings regarding personal privacy. She should take down the Facebook post immediately and apologize for ambushing you with the party.
There it is.
Yeah. And even the original poster replied and said, in her defense, she did take down the Facebook post when I called her without my asking her to take it down. So she
But
already
I
took
think
it down,
something,
but it's already out
but
there.
exactly, like, do you not remember those PSAs when we were in high school or even maybe elementary school? I feel like kids our holy crap. Kids nowadays in elementary school, they're gonna have those PSAs about um, what was it? It was basically, imagine a cork board, okay?
Okay.
And this girl put a picture up of her, and then she saw sticky notes under it of like the comment section of people like,
Oh.
nice hairline loser, like these kind of things.
Oh
So
my
the girl's
god.
like embarrassed, so she takes down the poster, and as she starts to walk away, it reappears. So she rips it down and it reappears. So she keeps
Yeah.
doing it. And then it says, once it's up, you can't take it down. Be aware of what you post on social media.
That's kind of crazy. I did not have
You
anything
know,
like that. Like I was told like careful what you post, but I've
mm-hmm.
never had like a PSA like that. I feel like that would have been more effective
This might have been
for
just
more
a Canadian
people.
thing, but PSAs when I was in elementary school, terrifying.
Oh my god.
Like they scared you into not doing drugs, scared you to stay away from railroads, don't talk
Railroads.
to strangers, like a train. Like
Yeah,
a
that's
train.
crazy. That it is not.
Did you never
Is
see the last 60 seconds of their life?
no, no.
Oh my god, that has to be a Canadian thing then, because I've asked other people from the States this, and every person I ask, they're like, what is that? Okay, before we get to the
That's
next Am I the
crazy.
Asshole, let me just say a quick summary of this PSA. So, a big thing for when I was a kid was, safety of where you play. Don't play on any roads. Don't play at a park late at night. Don't walk with strangers, like that kind of stuff. But one that I got a few of was like, don't play on a railway,
Okay.
railroad, whatever the right terminology is. And what it was called was, these boys don't know this is the last 60 seconds of their life. And there's a few examples, but one of them is these three boys on bikes, and they go over a train track, and then they stop to look at water and throw rocks into the river really low below. And then they hear a train coming from distance, so they stand
Oh
up, but
my.
one boy's ankle gets caught between the wood and the metal on the side,
Oh.
and he slips, and then he twists his ankle, and then his bike falls off, and then the boys are trying to help him up, and like there's a timer on the top of the
Oh my god.
screen during this commercial. It's like something I saw in school, and it's like 45 seconds, 40, 35, and like it's counting down,
I'm
and you're just like,
speechless.
oh my god. And then like the 1 second or 2 seconds before zero, it goes black, and you just hear the train get really loud and get really close to them. And then like black screen, and it says like, be careful where you play for fun, stay away from railroads or whatever like that. It's like,
Oh my god.
holy crap, I am 12 years old and I'm watching this.
I think that's where my anxiety would have like started from. That's like patient number 0 right there.
That is where my anxiety started from. It was something else to listen to and
Yeah.
watch.
I mean,
Oh my god.
I have to say it sounds pretty effective. I mean, you haven't forgotten it.
New episode idea. We rank PSAs and how anxious it makes us as 20-year-olds.
Oh my god, please. You say
Okay, I think that was
20? I wish I was 20.
in our 20s.
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 Okay, good. I was gonna
20s.
say,
Okay.
oh, compliment.
Let's let's move on to story number 2, Lindsay.
All right, so the second story I have for us today, this is gonna be a wild one. Am I
Okay.
the asshole for letting my 9-year-old son use a knife while cooking?
Um oh shoot. Okay, I can't even judge it from the title
Yeah, this
because
one's a
a
little
knife
difficult.
in the a knife in the kitchen while cooking, you could have those little ones that I don't know, you cut like little like pieces of onion with, or like a butcher's knife.
Yeah, or
There's
what
a
about just
bagel
like
knife.
a simple butter knife?
If it ends up being a butter knife, I'm gonna say this guy's posting for no reason. 9 years old? I think
Try
that's too young.
Well, when I was reading this and I was picking this out for this episode, I was trying to think. I was like, when did I start using a knife? Like a real knife. Like not like
In what context,
like
Lynn?
a butter knife. Like when cooking.
Okay.
Like I was
Um,
trying to think.
this title shouldn't be "Am I the asshole?" It should be "Am I irresponsible for letting my 9-year-old son use a knife while cooking?"
That should be a subreddit.
Am I irresponsible?
We
Oh,
should create that.
r slash bad parenting.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we need to find that now. Okay, let's read
Ooh.
this story though. I'm so curious.
Okay. All right. I, 29 male, have a 9-year-old son with my ex-girlfriend, 27 female. He's
Awkward.
been getting more interested in cooking, and I've been encouraging it since I think it's a good skill for him to learn. The other
Mm-hmm.
day, I decided to let him help me with dinner. Wasn't anything complicated, but it did involve using a knife. What kind of knife? Does
Whoa,
not
whoa,
say.
whoa. Hold on. I just did a little bit of mental math. She would have been 18. He would have been 20. But 9 more months. There is unfortunately a chance that it was a 20 to 19-year-old and then a 17, potentially 18-year-old.
That's crazy.
Damn. Damn.
Yikes.
Okay, continue.
All right. My mom was visiting, but she had to step next door for a bit. While we were in the middle of prepping the food, I needed to use the bathroom. I told my son to hold off on anything with the knife until I got back. He said okay, so I went to take care of it. Ah, man, I know where this is
What?
going.
That's such a let him help me with dinner.
It's like, don't do anything until I come back, Timmy.
At that age, let him either mix the dries or learn how to level things, like pour me a
Yeah,
cup of oil or whatever.
but
Don't
not a
give him a
knife.
knife.
Not
I
a
still don't like that
knife.
he hasn't explicitly said what kind of knife.
Yeah.
Because now I want to like cartoonishly imagine those giant butcher knives.
I have a question. When is an
Okay.
appropriate age to use a knife for cooking?
I want to say
Like a real knife.
like a real knife, like a sharp one.
Yeah.
See, I'm not a parent, but if
I'd
I
say,
had a kid, I would say 13. So then it's like he's a
oh,
teenager, he's in high school, he should learn to start cooking.
okay. I was gonna say 11 or 12.
Okay, that's still ballpark same range. But
Yeah.
like I'm thinking knives. I'm thinking sharp knives.
Yeah.
If he's a child, I don't care that he uses a butter knife because he
Hmm.
can spread mayo and butter on his sandwich. He can put ketchup on his hot dog bun or whatever. You can cut a sandwich with a butter knife very easily. So like
Wait.
basic things like that, butter knife. But when I'm thinking a knife to cut meat, a knife to cut veggies into chunks, a peeler
Yeah.
even, because those things can get sharp if you get a good
They
one.
hurt.
Oh, if you mess up, they do hurt.
Yeah.
Um, that I think is teenager.
Yeah. Okay. But can we rewind a little bit?
Yes.
Who's using a knife to spread ketchup on a hot dog bun?
Okay, I wanted to say something besides mayonnaise and butter, two very like in my opinion fatty things. So I wanted to think I could have said peanut butter, but my brain
Oh,
isn't working right now.
peanut butter sounds so good. But let's get back to
Mm,
the knife.
let's get
I wasn't in the bathroom for long, but when I came back, I heard my son screaming. I ran into the kitchen to find him holding his hand, blood all over the counter. He tr-
no.
ah! He tried to cut something on his own and ended up slicing his finger pretty bad. I quickly wrapped his hand and called my mom, who came back immediately. We got him to the ER, and thankfully it wasn't as bad as it looked. He needed a few stitches, but nothing worse.
Where's CPS? Oh
Oh,
wait, in the
next
next
sentence.
sentences.
Okay, foreshadowing. When my ex found out, she lost it. She accused me of being careless and not watching our son properly. The next day, CPS called. Someone reported the incident, and now they're investigating whether my home is safe for my son. I
What do you
feel
mean
terrible.
someone? It's going to be the ex-wife.
Yeah, or the hospital, because sometimes, depending on how it occurred, they have to
Hmm.
report it. I feel terrible about what happened, but I also think it was just a bad accident. My ex is blaming me entirely, saying I should have never left him alone with a knife, even for a minute. My mom thinks this is all being blown out of proportion, but I can't shake the guilt. Am I the asshole for letting my 9-year-old son use a knife while cooking and almost cutting his finger off? All right, he did not mention that. He did not
Okay,
mention that.
what finger though? What would be? I think if he was cutting, I want to say it was the other pointer finger's top on the knuckle.
Yeah.
So there, and the child finger is
A little
little.
baby. A little baby.
So it does not surprise me if it like nearly hit bone.
I'm just like perplexed right now that he decided to leave it out of the paragraph here, but was like almost cutting his finger off. Meanwhile, in this paragraph, he's like, "Oh, he sliced his finger pretty
He had,
bad."
he had to get stitches. It's like, well, why?
It's like almost cut his finger off is a big difference from
I'm glad CPS got contacted. That is
yeah.
unbelievable.
When I read this, I was in disbelief, but I have to say my ranking here, yes, it was probably an accident. He's the asshole. You don't leave a 9-year-old kid with a knife. A
Yeah, this
sharp
guy's
knife.
this guy's the asshole for sure. But again, it's not asshole, it's irresponsible. It's a weird thing that he
Irresponsible.
put it it's a weird thing that he put it in this subreddit of all places. It's like he
Yeah,
was too guilty to put it in the proper subreddit.
exactly. And my thing is, I don't want to blame, I can't blame the kid. The kid's a kid.
No, you can't blame him at all.
Can't blame him. Like,
No.
I don't know why he was kind of like, oh, it was just a bad accident. Like, I told him not to touch the knife. That's like telling a
Mhm.
kid not to do something. It's like opposite day to them. They want to
Yeah.
do it. So you can't
Mhm.
blame the kid. I can't blame the kid, but it's like, take the knife away or redirect the kid to go somewhere else in the meantime.
So what I'm
Like, what?
imagining in this world is a L-shaped countertop,
Okay.
and he's sitting at one of the chairs, like a bar stool height,
Yeah.
and he's cutting things right there. So he has the ability to be at height level of an adult
Hmm.
and see and interact with everything. The the dad should have made sure the knife was away and sitting on like a cutting board or something, or hell, even put it in the sink if you want to be extra safe, and tell the kid, don't touch anything. Why don't you sit in the living room? I'm just going to go to the bathroom for a sec. Like something like that. Because I don't know if I definitely haven't said it on this show, but there's something about pilots that I heard where if they're doing flight simulation, they
Hmm.
don't say things like don't hit the two mountains on the outside, fly between them. They will only acknowledge what to do, because when your brain is told what not to do, it will
Yeah.
fixate on it. So and as a child, you want to just do stuff. So if you're
Hmm.
told don't use the knife, well, what do you want to do? You want to use the knife.
Yeah. And I feel like when you're a child, waiting 5 minutes feels like an eternity.
Yep.
It feels like 20 hours.
Also, this dad taking a 5-minute bathroom break. He was on TikTok. I'm telling you. As a
He was,
guy, I would know. That is the only time we're on social media.
that's crazy.
Does he ever explain what kind of knife it was?
He does not. But I
Damn
do
it.
want to go over the first comment here. This one's interesting. Accidentally cutting yourself while learning to use a knife is a useful and universal life lesson. Which,
Uh,
true, but I don't think a 9-year-old should be left unattended. Keyword unattended with a
mm-hmm.
knife.
Yeah. And also, depending on the severity of the knife, like
Yeah,
how sharp it was.
yeah, we're
It's
still
good.
wondering.
I think in terms of like getting cut by something that's sharp, I think
Hmm.
a kid getting a paper cut would be the best thing because it's going to be annoying. So you're going to remember it and learn, when something is sharp, you have to be careful.
Yeah,
It's not going to like kill them.
right.
You're going to put a little bit of disinfectant on it. You're going to kiss it better and you're going to put a band-aid on it. Getting cut by a knife as a 9-year-old, I would be scared to cook
Yeah,
if
earth
this happened.
shattering.
Hmm. I don't
Here,
think I've done anything this stupid though, thankfully.
here's another comment that I'm just, I don't know. Maybe we had the wrong judgment here, but
Uh-oh.
someone said, Lord, no. Whoever said that is a Karen or whatever they call judgy people these days. Try watching MasterChef Kids. Peace be the journey, which is a good thing to bring up because kids on MasterChef Kids use sharp knives. But
Okay.
I think they might have more practice than what this kid might have from the story.
Kids on MasterChef range between 8 and 13, it says.
Okay.
MasterChef Junior. So, sure, it could be a kid in this range. But those kids either come from a culinary background, have shown enough interest in cooking from
Yeah.
exposure that their parents have taken them to lessons.
Hmm.
Again, they might have cooking in their background. Like it could be Gordon Ramsay's son for all we know.
Yeah.
But
Plus,
this kid clearly is not. He's just a child of, unfortunately, separated parents.
right. And I mean, it did mention he is interested in cooking, which is good, but I think like it's something you need to graduate from, especially at
Mm-hmm.
that age.
Mm-hmm.
But
And if he's interested, but he cut himself, clearly he hasn't gotten exposure, which is the important part.
yeah. Um, Another comment said, Christ, I carried a pocket knife at 8 years old. Yeah, 9 is fine, and cutting yourself is a good way to learn what not to do.
Ugh.
Oh
Are
my
we
God.
sensitive?
I don't know.
I'm
Let's
scared
keep
we are.
let's keep going. Maybe like one or two more. Oh wow, wow. This one, just
Oh,
gonna
wait.
paraphrase. Perfectly reasonable age to learn about knife safety.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, wow. It looks like not the asshole.
It's an accident. He is a 9-year-old who cut his finger. It's an accident that happens all the time. Really? Your ex is just overreacting and use that to you so just contact a lawyer to defend yourself. No, I think a lawyer will even say there's not a lot to defend about you left a child unsupervised with,
Right.
a weapon. Because again, why is he not explicitly saying it was a butcher's knife? It was
There's
a
like
serrated blade.
different kinds of knives out there. I I think we're sensitive here.
Shoot. Okay,
I
let's
know.
go to the next one so that we can have the right opinion for
I know.
once.
Oh, wait. I did I did search by controversial.
Yeah.
Controversial? Someone said, You're the asshole. A 9-year-old should not be around a knife unsupervised. Not an accident, totally avoidable.
So we're
Well,
controversial with our answer.
I guess so.
Whoopee.
Whoopee! All
Alrighty.
right.
Story number 3.
This one I don't think I've read before. So
Uh-oh.
this one might be new to me because it doesn't sound familiar, but it had an interesting title. Am I the asshole for breaking up with my girlfriend after she became a stripper without telling me?
Oh shoot. Okay. I
Uh,
feel like, oh shoot. As a man, he's in the no, I'm kidding. I don't know. Because at the end of the day, the girlfriend in a relationship, straight or homosexual, she has the right to choose what she wants to do with her life as a career.
mhm.
A man, same thing, straight or homosexual, they have the same right to just do what they like. And if you're not comfortable with what your partner does for their career, then you have to separate, unfortunately. Like
Mhm.
it's like, imagine, I mean, I'm in engineering, and the biggest
Yeah.
joke for engineering is, oh man, ethics and morals. I have such a strong moral value in my life. And then the joke is, well, you do, and up until Lockheed Martin gives you a fat check, and then all those ethics
Oh,
and morals go out the door. It's like, ooh, you're right about that.
got me there.
So it's like, if you dated an engineer and then he changed careers from, like true work that
Mhm.
benefited society in a positive motion, like a geoengineer or chemical engineer of some sort
Mhm.
that helped with purifying water, and then one day he was like, I'm gonna make missiles.
Oh my
I can
god.
imagine you would have, some things to say to your partner and be like, bye bye.
Yeah. It's
What do you
like
think, just from the title?
from the title, I definitely think the big thing that is making me say not the asshole here is because she did not tell him she became a stripper. And I feel like that is such like a intimate line of work, something I
Mm-hmm.
would be uncomfortable knowing my partner's doing and something I want them to feel comfortable to communicate with me that they are doing.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that he just did not know, I feel like not
Yeah.
the asshole. Because if it's something he's not comfortable with, then he's not comfortable with it. Why are you going to stay in a relationship that,
But I also wonder, how easy is it to just keep a secret like that? Because if you're in a relationship,
right,
you know, what do you do for work is kind of a question you ask before you start dating.
right,
And if, there's a career change, you would say to them like, I got fired, I left, I'm
yeah,
trying something else. Like, you would say that kind of stuff,
yeah. There are people though that like put up elaborate lies like that.
which is
They're like,
impressive.
yeah,
Like,
it's like,
you're spending that much mental energy coming up with this second life
yeah.
bullshit.
Hey, honey, I'm gonna go work at the bank, and then just like sits in the car for like 8 hours. Wow, what a crazy shift.
Hmm. Hey babe, I'm gonna go to the office, and then she's a foot model.
Oh my god.
How do you make so much money selling printers? This is impressive, sweetheart. I don't know.
Uh,
People are just buying printers.
yeah,
I'm gonna go
printer
get a I'm gonna go get a
shortage.
pedicure real quick. Be right back.
See ya. All right.
Alrighty, let's read this story.
I, male 21, and my girlfriend, now ex, and I had been together for about 2.5 years.
How old is
Oh,
she? How old is she? Why are you not saying that?
because it doesn't mention.
Shady.
We were serious talking about moving in together. Oh, so they're not even living together. So this makes it a little bit easier for her to, like,
Dip.
yeah,
Oh, to do her own thing.
right. And I genuinely thought we were on the same page about our future. I knew she was struggling with money since she's a full time student with a part time job that barely covered her expenses. I offered to
Okay.
help out, but she's always refused, saying she wanted to be independent. A few months ago, she casually mentioned the idea of becoming a stripper to make ends meet. I was taken aback and told her flat out that if she ever went down that road, I couldn't stay with her. It wasn't about being judgmental. I just knew I wouldn't be comfortable with it. We talked it
So
out
she,
and she,
so she so she did mention it at one point.
yeah, and she knew how he felt and decided to do it anyways.
Mm-hmm.
We talked it out and she seemed to understand where I was coming from. She said she wouldn't actually do it. Fast forward to a few weeks ago, she started acting distant, always busy and distracted when we were together. I didn't think much of it until one of my friends texted me saying he saw her working at a strip club. I was shocked and felt completely blindsided. Oof.
Damn. Damn.
Yeah. When I confronted her, she admitted it was true. She said she didn't need the money and that stripping was just a job to her, nothing more. She also claimed that she didn't tell me because she knew how I would react. I reminded her of our earlier conversation where I clearly said that this would be a deal breaker for me. She got upset, saying I was being controlling and unsupportive and that it was her body and her choice. While I agreed that she has the right to make her own decision, I couldn't get past the fact that she kept something so significant from me, especially after we'd already discussed it. I felt like she didn't respect my feelings or the boundaries we'd agreed on, so I broke up with her on the spot. Am I the asshole for breaking up with her after she became a stripper, especially after I'd made my stance clear?
Not the asshole,
Not the
but
asshole.
am I stupid? Were they living together or was it just they broke up?
They broke up and they were thinking about moving in together. They're talking about it.
Okay, so at least it's not some weird issue where one of them has to move out.
Yeah.
But still not the asshole. She's the if this was written from the other perspective of am I the asshole for becoming a stripper and my boyfriend breaking up with me? She'd be
Yes.
the asshole because they explicitly discussed it
Hmm.
and then said, "Well, I'm gonna still do it."
Yeah. It's
But
like,
does I want to know her perspective. I want to know, did she become a stripper because she couldn't see other ways like bartending or being a server wasn't going to tip enough, so she thought, let's shake some ass
I'll shake some ass.
for some cash.
Money, money. But no, I definitely agree that this guy is not the asshole and she is definitely the asshole. But
Mhm.
to me, I can't get over the whole fact that he had a discussion with her when she
Mhm.
first mentioned this as a joke. And
Mhm.
he was like, I'm uncomfortable with this. You can do what you want. However, this is a deal breaker for me. And he was upfront, he was clear, he
Mhm.
communicated,
He
and she
was.
still was like, oh, I'm going to do it. Nothing's going to happen.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
something did happen.
something did happen. And I can't believe that she would go and say that he was being controlling and unsupportive. He clearly, this is a deal breaker. If something's a deal breaker, you're not going to be like, oh, I'm going to control you. You're going to be like, I prefer to end it. This is not something I'm interested in. This is not something I want.
Mhm. In this day and age, I'm surprised that strip clubs are still popping. I can see
Yeah.
like, people still want the in-person appeal of that kind of stuff,
Hmm.
but I'm surprised it's not, am I the asshole for breaking up with my girlfriend after she made an OnlyFans without telling me?
Yeah.
Because I feel like that'd also be a lot more convenient for herself because there's no commute. It's just she does what she wants, all that stuff,
Right.
and she doesn't have to worry about people being physical with her. I
Hmm.
don't. It's been so long, and I this story reminded me of this. You know how on TikTok there's a lot of people that will retell stories of their life.
Yeah.
Like there's a ginger who does. I think he's a ginger. I actually don't know now that I say it out loud. It's a guy who tells stories about being a firefighter and like a first responder. Have you seen
It's,
him?
it's not ringing a bell.
Oh, he's funny. He's funny. I'll have to send things afterwards. So there's him. There's Bistro Huddy. He does stories about being a restaurant
Oh,
server.
you've sent me
I
his stuff.
I love Bistro Huddy. They need to make a show about him. Like he's got to be the director and kind of like put his characters into it. Netflix, please pick him up. But there was this one I saw a while ago, and
Hmm.
she would tell stories about being a stripper, like a former stripper,
Yeah.
and she didn't do like retellings where like she put on characters, but she did a lot of dramatic retellings and some like in person, this is how they acted, this is
Hmm.
what they said. And it's insane how some people can, get way too drunk and then
Yeah.
get way too handsy, and then cops are involved and blood is involved and guns are involved, and you're just like, holy fuck, this
Yeah.
is
It's
terrifying.
dangerous. And I
Yeah.
mean, here in Tampa, I want to say we have like the most strip clubs per capita or something like that. I don't know. It's like something really specific, but we have a lot of strip clubs in kind of like the industrial district, and it's not like the safest place to be after dark, just because there's like hardly any lights and it's kind of scary. So yeah, it's dangerous. And
Hold on. I'm researching
okay.
soonest flights to Tampa, Florida, leaving ASAP.
Tonight? Yeah.
Tonight? Tonight?
There's
Tonight?
actually a strip club by the Buccaneers Stadium that is called like it's like Odyssey 2000 or something, and it's shaped like a spaceship. And then there's like the private lounge where you can get like a lap dance.
Odyssey 2000. Nope, that's a
Oh.
car. I want a strip
Oh.
club.
Get my cars and my strip clubs mixed up. Oh man.
Do they use the term strip club or is it like adult lounge?
It's like there's like gentlemen's club, um,
Mm-hmm.
strip club, I think. There's also like topless.
Nudie bar?
Yeah.
Well,
I
that's another
actually
term, I think.
I don't know if we have those. There's also like swingers clubs too, but
So do you hook up in a swingers bar or a swingers club? Because the
yeah.
idea of a swinger is like it's polyamorous.
Yeah, I
You,
went down a rabbit hole one day and I found out like
I'm
of
concerned.
no, of this place. And I was like looking at it and like you can like rent out rooms or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
So it's a
like
hotel.
it's it's like a hotel, but it's like a club.
What's it called? Because I'm so curious what this
I
looks
don't
like.
remember. It was like
Damn
on
it.
r/Tampa subreddit. This was like months ago and I was like, what the hell is this place?
Oh my gosh. That's crazy though.
Yeah.
You don't know about these things growing up, and then one day you're just like, oh,
Oh,
strip club.
okay.
Hmm. That's where they have fun.
Oh, that's the adult playground.
Jesus. Oh.
Minute.
Alrighty.
All right.
We have enough time for one more story, I
All right.
believe. What
This
do you choose to end the episode, Lynn?
this one is very it's kind of heavy. It's
Oh
kind of
no.
heavy here. And this one I read it and I was like, what the hell? I'm going to read this. My 20-year-old friend flirted with my 14-year-old sister and she's convinced that she's entirely blameless. And by she, the 14-year-old sister.
Whoa, hold on. Let me digest that.
Yeah.
My 20-year-old friend flirted with my sister, who's 14, and the 14-year-old sister believes she's entirely blameless.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
I know.
Why do I have a feeling she did something very like not appropriate for a 14-year-old? And then she's like, "What? I'm a minor."
I read it, so I
You
can't
read
I
it.
can't say,
Is
but
that why it's called Reddit? Because you
yeah,
read it
you read
on
it.
Reddit?
You read it on Reddit.
You read it on Reddit. Yeah, I
Reddit
just read it.
r/Reddit on Reddit. I hope
Oh
that's not
god.
real.
Okay, this will be a fun
Okay.
way to end the episode. Lynn, take it away.
All right. I'm going into my second year of college this year, and I have 3 really good friends who are in the same class as me. My little sister, I'm the brother, is 14 years old and starting high school. I'm sorry.
That was a weird thing to say. I am the
I'm the
brother.
brother. It's like, no shit. All right. Is 14 years old and starting high school this year. I don't know why, but my sister always tries to butt her head into my and my friend's business, and she always wants to hang out with all of us. Eventually, about 2 weeks ago, I finally caved in and let her come out with us and hang out at our student house afterwards.
Why?
The problem started when she was with me and my classmates at our house. She started really cozying up to one of my friends in particular, and my friend eventually did the move and put his arm around her while they were sitting on the same couch together.
What a smooth motherfucker.
The
Wow. Wow, we
move.
haven't seen that before.
Right? Wow.
As
Riz
a
off the
20-year-old and you're
charts.
doing that? What? His Riz is over 9,000.
Whoa! I got immediately defensive and almost threw my friend out of the house, but the move lasted for just a few seconds and I didn't want to overreact, so I just let it slide. In my friend's defense, when he pulled his arm away from my sister, he did so very rapidly and in an almost shocked manner, so I actually feel as though he didn't fully realize what he was doing. LOL.
That's still weird that you would have done it, but I think it's worse
Right.
that you as a 20-year-old said, "Oh, it's more than fine that my just entering high school sister
Is
can
hanging
hang out at
out.
a college house or a frat house or whatever the hell."
Yeah, some crazy stuff goes down in frat houses. No
Yeah.
way.
Hmm.
Later on, I didn't see what my sister was doing with my friend, but she came to me after the hangout and told me that she only flirted with a much older man, and my classmate flirted back with her. I've been trying ever since then to pry more info out of her, but that's literally the most she'll ever tell me. It's not clear how she flirted with my classmate, but she's very shaken up about it. Last night I sat down with her and we had a conversation where I very politely told her I told you so. And this is why young girls shouldn't hang out with grown college students. My sister didn't take this
For
very
fuck's
well.
sake.
I was
Why'd you
like,
censor yourself?
sorry.
You just went.
I was like,
Fs.
my
That's how we
sister.
learn Lyn doesn't know what the acronym
No,
FFS
I know what it
means.
is. I didn't want us to get like taken off YouTube.
No, that's only in the first minute if you swear,
Okay.
I think. Fuck. Anyways.
Fuck. Okay. My sister didn't take this very well and she threw a toy car.
No. My
through this ha-
sister didn't take this very
Oh,
well. So she threw a toy car at me.
I yelled at her and shoved
Wow.
her in return. Am I the asshole? Before we go
Why do
ahead
they
and
act
make
like a 10 and
judgment.
12-year-old?
Yeah. Before we take judgment, let me read the updates and the edits he put. All right. Second edit. Just to be clear, my little sister doesn't play with toy cars, lol. When I sat her down, we were in the basement of our parents' house. On the shelves are a bunch of toy cars as memorabilia from our childhood. They were just there and my sister grabbed the nearest one and threw it at me. Right. So a final edit. Just for some context, when my sister was hanging out with me and my friends 2 weeks ago at our house, she was wearing those shorts that were short enough that her hoodie covered it. I texted her today and apologized for shoving her, and she replied back telling me that the reason she was so bothered was because my friend slapped her leg, in her words. What the fuck is this? Anyways, yeah, at this stage I've told our parents about what's been going on. I
Good. Why are the parents also so chill with their 14-year-old daughter going to a guy's house in college? Holy shit.
I
Holy shit.
my
Also the thigh slap, that's creepy as fuck.
Yeah, that is pretty creepy.
He is
Um,
not he is not the asshole.
well,
However, for no reason should he have allowed his sister to come, and he should have been explicit and
yeah.
been like, girls get hurt when they go to college houses when they are under 18. Do not. Well, I guess that can
Even when
happen in
they're
any
over
situation.
18.
Yes, sorry, any age, but especially as a minor, don't do that.
When I read this, I immediately had the same exact opinion as the first comment, which was the sister is not the asshole. Like, she's 14. Obviously, she's going to be hormonal. And I mean, if
Yeah,
you have an older brother who has like friends that you think are hot or attractive, of course you're going to have like a little crush on them and like playfully flirt.
sure,
But I
sure.
agree with this comment where they said, the asshole here is your friends. Or is your friend. About the friend, you need to have a talk with him because he's the one who fucked up here. He knows she is 14 and he knows what not to do. Um,
However, the immediate comment for
yeah,
that is also true, where the asshole is the original poster and the friend,
yeah,
because the person writing it, they're both a sibling, which they didn't say, but I'm going to say
yeah,
you are your sister's sibling, but you are also a grown up.
right.
You should be taking grown up responsibilities to protect her.
Yeah. And at that point as well, it's like he came across very victim blaming too. Like in
Mm-hmm.
the edit where he was like, oh, she was wearing shorts that like were short and her hoodie covered it. Well, it's like, what if she was just wearing an oversized hoodie? Like that's
Well, I
a
think, but I
trend.
yeah, but I think what he was trying to say is that
She was trying to be.
she was trying to show. Sounds weird to say out loud.
That does sound really weird.
Well, how would you phrase that?
I guess like be more revealing, but
That
I
also
don't know.
sounds
I
bad.
think I think like for me, like as a woman, like I wear shorts, like shorter shorts with hoodies all the time. And like if your hoodie is long enough, of course it's going to cover your shorts. And it's just a cozy outfit. So
Hmm.
I don't know.
I think what the original poster was trying to point out was
Yeah.
that she had a lot of her legs exposed, and I think like, you know, attractiveness, that is something that guys like to see. If that makes sense, I don't know. That's just my assumption from
I
what he's trying to point out.
Yeah, I see definitely like where he was trying to say that, but I don't know, he just sounds like very like victim blamey. And honestly, if someone like that is going to be my friend
Yeah,
and do that to my younger sister and
messed
be
up.
creepy, that's no longer my friend. That's an
No,
enemy.
yeah. Well, that's someone you need to seriously be worried about whenever they're out, because you're like,
Yeah.
who knows what else they could do. So you definitely want to cut ties with someone like that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Let me take a look at some of the other comments here. Um, yeah. You're the asshole. While I do think it is. Oh my god, I just clicked on this person's profile. That's not what I wanted. Hold on.
You got this.
Okay. You're the ass. You're the asshole. While I do think that it's a good idea for your sister to not hang out with your friends anymore, she is not to blame for an adult man flirting with her. The adult man should know better and shut it down. Putting it on the teenage girl is ridiculous, especially if she's as shaken up as you say.
But did he ever say that she's in the wrong?
Who, the poster?
Yeah, did the poster say she's in the wrong?
Yeah, the whole like vibe that I get from it.
Mm-hmm.
Plus he said, "I told you so." So, I don't know, the whole
I think I don't know. I'm taking it as he's concerned, and then the friend did something that she didn't like, and now
yeah.
he's trying to leverage that to be like, I told you don't hang out with, my friends that are adults. But still, she's not in the wrong. If anything, if there's one person to blame,
Yeah.
it's the guy who flirted with her like that, because
Yeah.
he's an adult. He should know better for several reasons,
Mhm.
and he should know to, like, don't even put a finger on her, because
Yeah.
anything can be taken the wrong way.
Yeah. But I have to say, while I was reading it like out loud instead of just like looking out on my phone, I was
Mhm.
like, "Oh my god, this kind of sounds fake." Like the
You
toy
think it
car
was
part,
fake?
the toy car part got me. Like,
But this is
what?
something crazy to make up if this was fake. I mean,
Yeah.
everything online could be fake for all you
Right.
know.
I mean, some people use like, "Am I the asshole?" for their creative writing
Yeah,
things.
but those you can really tell.
Yeah. Man, I hope this
Yeah.
guy, he's going in his second year of college. I really hope he can like take another English class or something because that was kind of hard to read, like with the spelling and everything.
He's got to be from the States as well.
Yeah.
Because if this was 11 days ago, like, that's just when school started for me.
Mhm. Oh,
But,
his account
well,
suspended.
what?
Yeah, like go hover over his
Holy.
account.
This account has been suspended. Holy.
I was like so excited. I was like, what other things has he posted?
Not a lot anymore.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow.
Damn.
Well, I think those were
Should
good
that be
stories, though.
our new mystery?
What happened to Wild Plastic? What was it? 5-1.
3151.
Yeah. You know
Oh
what? I don't
man.
think we need to look into his life. I
No,
think
I
he can do whatever he
yeah,
wants.
he's good. He's good.
I think we're good too. I
Yeah.
think this was a fun. Again, we're trying new things. We're trying
Yeah.
different types of episodes to see what's enjoyable.
Yeah, what works. But it was great hanging out with you guys. We had a great time judging people.
Nice. Great way to end the
Yeah,
episode.
and reading some interesting stories.
Yep. But we'll probably try something new again next week, because
Yeah.
why the hell not? But we'll probably come back to this because, like I
Yeah.
said, there is a gold mine of
Oh
stories like
man.
this,
It goes
and
on and on.
it makes it honestly very enjoyable to read, because you realize how crazy some people are or how overreactive some people can be.
Yeah.
But hope you all have a great rest of your week. And Lynn, as always,
Oh, as always, stay wild.
stay wild.
Stay wild.
You don't have to repeat it. I
Oh,
already said
well,
it. Stay wild.